Hey fam, you know who I am. I'm Jasper, the humble producer, director, and cameraman. I am making this video because I'm just done. There's a lot of people that are asking this question, and at this point now, it's something that can be easily answered. Is the NSCS, the National Society of Collegiate Scholars, a scam? That's a common question that people are asking, and it's right here on the internet where you can find the answer. So I'm just going to go ahead and help you guys do the research so that we can possibly bring an end to this. And this video can probably, hopefully, help millions of prospective and currently attending college students on this question. So without further ado, let's get started now. Here's the deal. Before we can talk about the NSCS, we first need to understand what a National Honor Society is. So, because that's what the NSCS at least defines themselves as an organization, the National Honor Society. So let's do this. Let's go to Google. Right here, you guys can do this yourself. But like I said, this is a video on how to do research. But so let's just type in National Honor Society. I've done a little bit of research. That's why some things are purple. Here we go. So what is the purpose of a National Honor Society? So this is coming from theclassroom.com. It's not, I guess, what you would say a scholarly journal, but hey, anybody that's been to college, you know what a National Honor Society is. So I shouldn't have to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. So National Honor Society and National Junior Honor Society are two arms of organizations dedicated to recognize excellence in the middle and high school students. And the purpose of a National Honor Society is to honor students who have excelled in scholarship, leadership, service, and character. So that's, a pretty straightforward definition on what a National Honor Society is. So by definition, when we look at the NSCS in perspective, they actually are, what a National Honor Society by definition is. They have excelled and they recognize students that have excelled in scholarship, leadership, service, and character. So yeah, let's go over to their website here just to bring that home. Oh, look, handing the diploma. So here we go. National Society of Collegiate Scholars honors high achievers and inspires them to live and lead with integrity while transforming the world in a positive way. Scholarship, leadership, service. So that's their focus. NSCS awards $1 million annually in undergraduate scholarships, awards, and chapter funds to help our members attain their goals and commend them outstanding academic excellence, leadership, and service achievements. So by definition, we have already established that they are by definition, a National Honor Society. So we know that this organization at least is aiming to do that. So you may still be skeptical, hey, that might be what they are posing to be, but that doesn't mean that they are a legitimate one. So if they're not a legitimate one, we have to understand what makes a legitimate honor society legitimate. I found this very good article that I thought I should share with you guys here. Found this article actually on USA Today. Now, USA Today actually is an accredited media organization. I'm not going to get too deep into this argument, but there is a question about fake media and all this other crap. As a person that, has worked in the media for a good little while, and a person that has a bachelor's degree in the media, there's actually media organizations that are considered accredited organizations to get information from. Al Jazeera is one. Associated Press is one, and I'll probably do a video on that. So if I ever outdo myself and I'm not prepared, I'm going to say it now. Make sure you click the link to this video if you want to learn what accredited media is. But anyway, so I'm not going to read through this whole article. You guys can read it yourself. I'll just put the link in it. But there's a paragraph I want to go to. So this is a good one. So Matthew says, what makes a legitimate honor society and how can students tell the difference? Most professional honor societies are certified by the Association of College Honor Societies, an organization founded in 1925 to preserve the integrity of honor societies from less reputable organizations. The ACHS evaluates an honor society's scholastic criteria like grade point average, campus chapters, and governance for potential red flags. So there's this organization, as we just read, the ACHS, that pretty much gives honor societies or organizations that want to be honor societies an accreditation so that they can be nationally recognized legitimately. So here we go. So there's a link here, a hyperlink. that actually takes you to what is a legitimate honor society. They put it on their website, how to judge credibility of an honor society. So I'm not going to read through all of it. I'm just going to kind of go through, what I consider the common sense factors. Let's face it, scams are real. And in this day and age on the internet with data tracking and selling information and stuff, I get it. I've been scammed before. I'm pretty sure you have. So red flags obviously rise up when anything on the internet comes to your email, right? Because you get invited via email. Sometimes you get a letter in the mail, but the NSCS, you do get an email. I got an email when I actually was contacted by the NSCS. So here we go. So factors that raise questions about credibility. The address limited to post office number. That makes sense. Because if I'm a scammer, I'm not going to want anybody to know where I'm at. Matter of fact, I'm going to actually make sure I don't put a PO box in there. But anyway, so that's one thing. I'm just going to go onto their website, see if I can find their address. I'm pretty sure it's on here. Usually it's at the bottom of websites. Oh, look at that. So here we go. So you see it in the bottom right hand corner. The NSCS national office is 2000 M Street, Northwest Suite 600. So we know how to find them. So if you guys are part of the NSCS or you're not part of it, you can go straight to their office and tell them to their face, you guys are scams. At least we know where they're at. No, don't do that. I'm just playing. Don't go to their office and do that. But guys, we got their email address, we got their phone number, we got a fax number. You guys know we know how to find this organization. So that's at least something you could at least say scammers don't often do if you're still skeptical if they're still a scam or not. So let's dive even deeper back to the ACHS's website here. They talk about the bylaws. I think I saw, because thus transparency is lacking, I think I saw it. Yes, right here. The bylaws are right here where you can find the information on what exactly the NSCS wants people that are a part of the organization and the chapters that are working in connection to the national chapter to follow. So this is there. I'm not going to read all of it. You can read through it on their website anytime you want. But there's no lack of transparency here. There is indeed an image of an organized structure of what their organization would like for you to practice. So let's dive even deeper. I'm just going to go back to their homepage and let's just see exactly what it is. Exactly what makes this ACHS the people that matters. They got it on their homepage. Why does ACHS certification matter? Students, parents, and all campus faculty should be aware of predatory organizations that call themselves honor societies without requiring high academic standards for membership. These organizations often charge exorbitant in the nation of membership fees. They exist primarily to make a profit rather than to create opportunities for students they purport to serve. So in other words, they act like they serve. So here we go. So others have gained foothold in some institutions and may even have faculty advisor, but they don't meet the minimum standards for qualification. The only way to be certain is to do your research. And so here we go. So they kind of put it here in their main page that there's lots of people that are posing for profit. So here we go. If you want to know exactly what exactly, well, even as a nonprofit, obviously they're saying you have to be a nonprofit to be, accredited. And I think I saw it there in the NSCS that they're it's right here. So they're, a nonprofit 501c3, recognized organization. So that's something there you guys can kind of take to the bank. They're getting, fees and dues and things like that, but it's not for profit. It's for the membership of the organization, and that's pretty much the way that works when you want to be a part of any National Honor Society, for that matter. It's no secret. That's a common thing I think I've read on a lot of people. Why should I have to pay for a National Honor Society? Guess what? Every honor society in college in America, I don't know about other places, but every honor society in America has a fee or a due. If you join a fraternity in college or a sorority in college, you got to pay fees. You got to pay dues. You may be invited, but at the end of the day, you got to pay something. Now, if you're a person that says, well, I shouldn't have to pay, well, guess what? You can create your own honor society, call up the ACHS and tell them, hey, I want to, start an honor society where people don't have to pay. And and get your accreditation and do that. And maybe we might hit you up and see what you got going on. But at the end of the day, guys, you got to pay something. I'm not going to really dive too much deeper, on the argument. I think here's another thing that I found. So people may ask exactly some of the programs that the NSCS has are programs that I could apply for outside of the NSCS, which is true. But honestly, that's the same thing for any honor society. You don't need honor societies to apply for internships. You don't need honor societies to apply for jobs. But why do you join them? You join them because obviously there's a benefit attached to saying I'm a member of the NSCS that applied for this position, or I'm a member of Phi Beta Kappa there's obviously a benefit to that, because there's a possibility the interviewer for that internship or that job might be a member themselves of that organization, or there's probably benefits attached for that organization that is seeking out students to be part of their internship or their employment. So let's break that down. If I have a partnership with an organization like the NSCS or an organization like Phi Beta Kappa, I've created a program that pretty much benefits my employer to use those students or alumni from the organization to help my employer grow. And I've created this partnership that will help that organization, National Honor Society, grow. So that's why you join these National Honor Societies. That's why you pay these fees, because at the end of the day, you are joining an organization that is partnering with other businesses and organizations to create opportunities. Yes, you can do it on your own, but there's a possibility, and there is actually a reality to the fact that it's a lot easier a lot of times when you have that pin NSCS attached to you or Phi Beta Kappa attached to you. So that's the truth on that. If you want to debate on that, first do your research and then put some comments in the box and tell me what your arguments are on that. But the reality is, guys, the NSCS, from what we're seeing here, is not a scam. It's not a scam. It's not a scam because we see that they're a 501c3. We see that they got their accreditation through the ACHS. And they have, their bylaws that are right here in front of you there. They have everything that a National Honor Society should have to be legitimate. So let's take that argument away. Now, here's a question that I think people should ask further. Is the NSCS really an organization for me? That's really, I think, a question that should be asked. Because at the end of the day, it's just like applying for college. You got to shop colleges as well as shop organizations like the NSCS to see exactly how they will benefit you in your career. I mentioned earlier a program. One program that I actually am very impressed by is this program right here. It's Planning to Achieve Collegiate Excellence, PACE. And just to sum it up, we all are people that are ambitious in life, and sometimes that ambition outweighs our better judgment to being aware and healthy on how we pursue our goals. And the PACE program actually is a program that helps you be ambitious, helps you be successful. But hey, it's a good acronym. It allows you to pace yourself. It teaches you. So that's a program that I'm actually very impressed by. And the reality is that's another example why you should join the National Honor Society, because every honor society has their own programs, and PACE is an example of that. If you are applying for an internship and you put that down that you was trained in this PACE program, or even the interviewer might be a former NSCS member or whatever organization member, they can vouch for it. Yeah, that program is exactly what we are using for this employer organization. So that's why you join these organizations. Now, the NSCS is a young organization. They've, as you can see on their website, 25th anniversary. So it's 2019 now. They were founded in 1994. Now, if you want to compare them to other organizations and their lifespan and how long they've been around, they haven't been around as long as the other organizations. Point taken. So that doesn't remove the fact that they're legitimate. It just means that they're growing, that they're new. But, the reality is, if they're giving out $1 million a year in scholarships, if they're giving, programs like PACE, then at least they're showing efforts of doing things that will help their members grow and ultimately make decisions that will help the organization grow. So stop asking the question if they're legitimate or not, because they are legitimate. If you are interested in them because they're a younger organization compared to the others, then that's a different conversation. That's an understandable one. But you got to make a decision that's well informed, that's well researched, and you also got to understand exactly what National Honor Societies are. I hope this video helps you guys out. If you have any points that you would like to put in that I may have missed about legitimacy and the NSCS and everything else like that, put it in the comments. I'll gladly reply. I'll gladly do further research. I am a member of the NSCS. That doesn't mean that I was leaning to them in the beginning. I was just somebody that honestly was asking questions just like you and did my own research and came out with my final answer that I gave you guys. I'm applying for scholarships through the NSCS just like you or any other organization. I once was a college student. So I want you guys to know that you can subscribe to my channel, and I'll do more videos just like this one. So hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for greatness.